We have to continue to elect more socialists. But I sincerely believe in this political project. I sincerely believe in socialism. For me, it was Palestine that brought me into this movement. It can be such a lonely experience.
For him, it was Palestine that brought him to this movement. You understand this, right? His support for Palestine, his jihadi ideology, is what brought him to be in this position. Hey guys, doing this is Zohran TV, and in today's video, we'll see a video from Mamdani, recorded back in 2021 in the Winter Conference, the YDSA Winter Conference. And in this specific video, the truth about Mamdani is exposed. Let's take a look.
It can be a very lonely and isolating experience. I'm very lucky in that I have 5 other DSA-endorsed comrades who are with me in the Assembly and in the State Senate. But, for example, before we were elected, Julia Salazar was in office for 2 years without a single other socialist endorsed by DSA and understanding. It then makes it much easier to run a campaign that will be built around raising class consciousness, because we will run the campaign challenging the current status quo and showcasing it through our critique how this is an issue of capitalism. Good question. So there are 107 Democrats in the New York State Assembly out of 150 assembly people. And of those 107 Democrats, there are 6 DSA endorsed electeds and 7 DSA members. We have a 7th person who's a DSA member, though she wasn't endorsed by DSA. Her name is Jessica Gonzalez Rojas. We clearly do not have the numbers as they are in this moment to win the radical legislation that we need to bring about and begin to believe that these kinds of results are sufficient. We have to continue to elect more socialists, and we have to ensure that we are unapologetic about our socialism. Now, we had an academic boycott campaign and one of the aspects of that was to fight to stop study abroad at universities in Israel that were complicit in the occupation, many of which through the development of weapons technology for the IDF.
Mind you, there was no occupation in the year 2021, right? In the year 2021, Gaza was controlled by Hamas. We left in 2005. There was no occupation. Is he talking about Judea and Samaria? Well, they had the PA controlling areas in the Palestinian territory. What occupation are you talking about?
Now,
but again, this is in 2021, right? He's talking about this in 2021, way before the current situation. He's talking about making socialism take over. If socialism takes over, New York City is destroyed. A capitalist city cannot be under a system of socialism. It just can't.
By bringing the issue of Israel, Palestine, apartheid to Bowdoin, you bring it front and center, it's harder to ignore. And then making sure that we move to dismantle that relationship. Those are things that you can do as a legislator, right? You can, like, for example, Governor Cuomo has an executive order barring, I think New York State from doing business with any company suspected of sympathizing with BDS. One thing I can do as a legislator is once we build up enough, build up a large enough coalition for this, we overturn that executive order. But I sincerely believe in this political project. I sincerely believe in socialism. For me, it was Palestine that brought me into this movement. It can be such a lonely experience.
For him, it was Palestine that brought him to this movement. You understand this, right? His support for Palestine, his jihadi ideology, is what brought him to be in this position. You understand the danger in this guy's words, right? I hope you do.
Be a socialist, and it was for me. Country, because my journey, as Oren alluded to it and referred to, in organizing began at my college campus with Students for Justice in Palestine. To power this journey and understanding that it is socialism that we are fighting for this moment right now, right? If we're talking about the cancellation of student debt, if we're talking about Medicare for all, these are issues which have the groundswell of popular support across this country. But then there are also other issues that we firmly believe in.
Guys, it's breaking my mind. Do you understand that the idea of capitalism, which America was built under, people come to the U.S. for opportunities. They come to the U.S. to break free. And then people like Mamdani are saying we are going to tax the richer. And the poor are going to pay less because they are lazy asses and they don't want to work as hard. Do you understand the problem in this?
Whether it's BDS, right, or whether it is the end goal of ceasing the means of production.
His crazy smile. Guys, this was done in 2021. 2021. That is 4 years ago. 4 years ago, he said these things about Palestine and about the occupation and about these stupid ideas. This whole thing was a plan. If this person becomes the mayor of New York City, which is very likely, then the people of New York City will have to pay through the results of the election. Socialism has no place in the United States. Here's something you don't understand. If you heavily tax businesses, the businesses that hold New York City firm, if you tax them over what you tax other people, then they'll relocate. And then this financial stability that New York City has is slowly gonna fade. Freezing the rent, like Mamdani wants to do, is also going to discourage local developers, causing them to either relocate or stop investments in New York City. It's going to cause the city to decline. Is this something you want? And all of these city-owned grocery stores and all these things, ask yourself these questions. Who's funding these grocery stores? The rich. And if the rich will have to fund these with their taxes, where do you think they'll go? Away from New York City. And then who's going to pay for it? You. Is this what you want? Mamdani is a joke. And if you don't believe me, wait until he gets elected to see. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. If you'd like to watch more of my stuff, please check out my channel down below. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit that notification button so you can be notified every time I upload new content. If you'd like to support me and the channel financially, you can do that using Buy Me Coffee or Patreon down in the links below. Also, we now have a Discord that you can join down in the link below. And now you can become a YouTube member and enjoy